Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Vik and Wern Sports Chat. And we are once again live at 7 o'clock in the morning, giving you an update on all the sports that's going on. I'm Vik and I'm going to have a great morning with you guys. Let's start off with the topics of the day. Let's start off with the topics. I got some stuff ready for you guys. First of all, we're going to go through the Premier League, NFL, NHL, NBA. I got all those done, huh? F1, cricket, and then a mixture of sports, and and then obviously we're gonna have our jackass of the day, and we're gonna have our star of the day. So look, let's start off. Let's start off at the beginning, where we always start off, and that is with the Premier League. And I'll just put that up for you guys. There we go. So big Premier League weekend. Yes, there was one game postponed, the Merseyside derby, due to the storm that was going on in the UK. Look, Vern explained all the games that happened yesterday and that happened on Saturday. I'm just going to go through the games that were done yesterday. You can see all the results on the board there. So let's get straight into that. Okay, so Arsenal surprisingly dropped points to Fulham. Doesn't that sound familiar to you? That's kind of where they derailed their bid for the championship last year. It was against Fulham. So they drew again against Fulham. Jimenez put Fulham ahead and Saliba equalized, so that was 1-1. Ipswich lost to Bournemouth 2-1. Look, Ipswich not looking good for them at the moment. Then, hey, Root is on a roll there at Leicester already. Gets another draw there, 2-2 against Brighton. I think it's a fantastic result against a strong Brighton team. Vardy on the score sheet again. The old man just keeps on giving. And then the game of the weekend, or the game at least of Sunday. Excuse me. As you can notice, I got a little bit of a cold going on. Tottenham against Chelsea. What a game. I mean, Spurs were up 2-0. Cucurella, he needs some new boots because he was slipping and sliding all over the place, and he was to blame for the first two goals because he slipped. But Chelsea turned it around, and Spurs once again just imploded. Cole Palmer hit two penalties for Chelsea. So Chelsea's doing well. Chelsea are the number one contenders, or the chasers. There's the right word, of Liverpool. It actually was a good weekend for Liverpool. They didn't play, and City lost points. Arsenal lost points. So I think Liverpool, they got to worry a lot more about Chelsea than they do of Arsenal and Man City. We'll get into my team, Manchester United, just a little bit later. Then we have the international football games, just a few that I've picked out that I thought were interesting. Atletico Madrid against Sevilla, that was a good game. 4-3. They were down 2-0 at one stage. They came back to win 4-3. That sounds familiar. That looks like the Chelsea Spurs game. So Atletico Madrid beat Sevilla 4-3. Bilbao beat Villarreal 2-0. Wolfsburg are flying in the Bundesliga. They've had a few good results lately. And they beat Mainz, 4-3, yeah. Hoffenheim Freiburg, they drew 1-1. And then, I wouldn't say an upset, but a surprising result. Table-topping Napoli, that were on top of the table, they lost to Lazio yesterday, 1-0, in Naples. So that's kind of the first big setback for Napoli this season. Fiorentina, they're on a roll still. They won against Cagliari, 1-0. Saint Etienne lost to Marseille, so Marseille is still one of the teams chasing Paris Saint-Germain. In the Dutch league, Alkmaar beat Ajax, surprise, surprise, but it was at home at Alkmaar. And for all my Scottish friends out there, Ross County, they lost 3-0 to Rangers. Let me just go into the chat quickly. Hi David, Noah, Vernie, Dion van Sale, Rose Garden. Arsenal sucks. Well, yeah, that's a story for another day. Arsenal are not the greatest thing since sliced bread. But let's keep on going. Then we get into some rugby. It's only a few little results there on the rugby. Oh, I just see I didn't position the rugby in the right spot. I'll just put it like that. It's going to cover my face a little bit. Vern's going to come out to say that's something good. I know that. Let's go. Here we go, straight into the rugby. There were 3 games in that Rugby Championship Cup. Yesterday, the Bristol Bears lost to Leinster 12-35. Toulouse hammered Ulster, hammered them 61-21. And Bordeaux hammered the Leicester Tigers 42-28. So, it's the first round of that. So that'll hot up eventually. But Next week we'll know a little bit more again. It's one team after the other, and one game after. Then we had a big night in the NHL, the NFL. Sorry, NFL. I've got to get my letters here correctly. I'm going to run through those quickly for you, just give you some inside information into that. Just 1 second. That's probably my stupidity. I deleted something now. Don't worry. So Thursday we had the Thursday night game. We reported on that already. There was 31-34 for the Packers. Then yesterday the Jaguars beat the Titans 10-6. Mac Jones started as quarterback for the Jaguars, so he got a win for the Jaguars. Obviously, he was starting because Trevor Lawrence is still out after that terrible hit that he took last week. Talking about terrible hits, just a quick time out here. We all hope that Marnie is doing well, because Marnie that's Marnie Lebock from the Stormers in the Rugby Championship. He took a terrible hit there this week, and we just hope that he's well. But let's get back to the NFL. The Jets, you suck. I mean, Wern says Arsenal sucks. The Jets are terrible. The Jets are terrible. They lost 26-32 in overtime. The Jets have officially been eliminated from the playoff, thank God, so we don't have to talk about them anymore. I mean, Aaron Rodgers did have a good night with 339 yards and a touchdown. But, look, the Dolphins, Tua played well, Tyreek Hill played well, and the Dolphins are still in the hunt for a playoff spot. The Falcons have not done themselves any favors by losing to the Vikings, but the Vikings are a top team. They lost 21-42. Sam Donald, 5 touchdowns. I could have taken Sam Donald as a star man of the day, but I took something else. You'll see later. The Saints beat the Giants 14-11. That was expected. The Giants are just a terrible football team. The Panthers lost to the Eagles once again. Actually a lot closer than many people think, but Bryce Young didn't play well. Saquon was Saquon again with 124 yards. He was fantastic. Then the Browns lost to the Steelers. That was expected, 14-27. Jameis Winston puts up good numbers, but it's just not enough. And look, Russell Wilson is solid for them. The Raiders against the Buccaneers. Baker gets 3 touchdowns, a few interceptions to go with that, but the Buccaneers have positioned themselves as the number 1 in their division now. Through the Falcons' loss, it looks like the Buccaneers are in the driving seat in pole position. We'll get to the Formula 1 afterwards. That was 28-13. Then, the Seahawks. We are a little bit Seahawks. We've become a little bit Seahawks fans through one of Wern's friends at work, Dominique. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals. That was a big game. That's a divisional rivalry, 30-18. Look, Charbonnet was very good for the Seahawks. He had 134 rushing yards. He played well, but good win for the Seahawks, puts them in pole position. Then a big game, a lot of scoring. I watched that game yesterday, the Bills against the Rams. Just a fantastic football game. Good if you're not a football savant, that's the one you should watch. That a lot of excitement, everything. A surprising loss that the Bills lost, but the Rams keep themselves in the hunt for the playoff spot. They are trying to chase down the Seahawks. Josh Allen was very good for the Bills. He had 342 yards and 3 touchdowns. I think he is definitely starting to move himself with Saquon in the pole position there for the MVP in the NFL. As you can see, I'm using a lot of Formula 1 pole positions. It's got a reason. The Bears, they lost to the 49ers, so the 49ers bounced back. Brock Purdy played well. George Kittle had a great night there, receiving for 151 yards. So they are, it's the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Rams, and the 49ers are all in one division. And that is a really close division. That's going to go, I think, all the way to the last weekend. So that's a division to watch out for. That's going to be exciting. And then the late game last night, the Chargers lost 17-19 to the Chiefs. The Chiefs just kind of find ways to win all the time. And and for the Chargers, it's a tough loss, but they're still in a good playoff hunt. So that's our NFL roundup. Get rid of that quickly. Then I see. We go into the NHL. Here we go. The NHL. Just going to run through those scores quickly. I didn't go into depth into that. Because, yeah, and I just want to do something quickly here, quickly. There you go. I need to go there. So, the NHL, the Kraken beat the Rangers 7-5. The Lightning beat the Canucks 4-2. The New York Islanders lose to the Ottawa Senators, beat the Ottawa Senators 4-2. The Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Jets, the Winnipeg Jets 4-1. The Avalanche destroy the Devils from New Jersey 4-0. Utah, I just put Utah. They call themselves the Utah Hockey Club. Utah beat the Philadelphia Flyers 4-2, so good result for that new franchise. And the Flames lost 2-6 to the Dallas Stars. Yeah, the NHL, yeah, got to get my alphabet right here. The NHL will get more into depth when the playoffs start there in the NHL. Don't worry about that at all. I'll give you a lot of information on that. Then we're going to go, whoa, to the big one, the NBA. A lot of games in the NBA. I'm going to start off with the games that are not on the list here because there were 2 late games and they hadn't finished, but I just checked out, they did finish. The Jazz lost to the Kings 97-141. That's what you call a blowout. That's what you call a slap fighting. And the Lakers beat the Trailblazers 98-107. So a good bounce back for the Lakers. That was without LeBron here, a little bit of a rest. Sometimes the old people need a little bit of a rest. Then we move on to the games that are on the scoreboard here. The 76ers beat the Bulls 108-100. Tyrese Maxey was the main man for the 76ers with 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 14 assists. Congratulations to that triple-double. Zach LaVine had 30 points for the Bulls. The Bucks beat the Nets. I watched a little bit of that game last night. Antetokounmpo, top scorer for the Bucks with 34 and 11 rebounds. And hey, listen here, Dennis Schroeder, the German, 34 points and 11 assists in a losing effort for the Nets. I like Dennis Schroeder. He plays well. Then we have the Hornets. They beat the Pacers 113-109. Not going to get into anything there. Then another blowout. The Nuggets 141. The Hawks 111. I could have given Jokic the star of the day, but I didn't. 48 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. A big night for the Joker. The Cavaliers 113. My Heat 122. Tyler Hero 34.6 rebounds and 7 assists. So Tyler Hero, good job. My Heat are starting to heat up. No pun intended. The Suns, they're cooling down. They lost to the Magic 110-115. The Grizzlies beat the Wizards 140-112. The Pelicans lost to the Spurs 116-121. Wembanyama had 25 points and 10 rebounds and 3 blocks to go with it, so the young man's doing well. The Timberwolves lost to the Warriors 106-114. Steph Curry put in 30 points there for the winning Warriors, and for the losing Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards had 27. The Rockets against the Clippers, that was 117-106. So yeah, that's a roundup of the NBA. Like I said, the minute that after the All-Star break, the playoffs gets closer. Also with the trade deadline, we'll get a lot more into the NBA. Don't worry about that at all. So I can get rid of that page. There you go. Just have a look at the chat again. Ronnie, good morning. Beautiful. Good morning. Yeah, it is a good morning, and it's going to be a beautiful. I hope it's going to be a beautiful day. Definitely. Surrender, hope you are all doing well. Yeah, we're doing well, man. We're doing well. Can't complain. So that was the NBA. Then let's get into some Formula One. I've made so many references this morning. Result of yesterday was actually quite an interesting Grand Prix, and those are words that don't go over my lips so quickly all the time with the Formula One and being interesting. But listen here, Lando Norris, he took the win in front of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Hamilton and Leclerc were, for me, the 2 drivers of the day, coming back from the back of the grid, getting into the points. I mean, Leclerc all the way onto the podium. Russell came in 5th, Verstappen 6th, Gasly, another great performance from Gasly. Hulkenberg doing well once again. That was his last drive for Haas. He is going to Sauber. Is that correct? Yes. Alonso came in 9th, and Piastri still picked up a point for McLaren, which was an important point because let's have a look what happened. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about McLaren. They won the Constructors this year. Congratulations to them. That has been the first Constructors Championship, if I'm 100% correct, since 1998. So we're talking about almost 26, 27 years since the last one, the Constructors. They did win one in between. They would have won one in between if they didn't get docked 100 points for cheating. To all kids out there, if you're going to cheat, don't get caught. No, I'm just joking. Never cheat. Then, we got so much more to get into. Then we get into some of the cricket quickly. There was just one game. The other games we reported on yesterday. South Africa and Sri Lanka, they're still ongoing. Sri Lanka still need 143 runs on the last day of the test. They're 205 for 5. Yeah, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. So let's see if the South Africans can pull off a win here, or if Sri Lanka has the upset, because I do rate the South Africans a little bit higher, and that's not biased at all. Then, look, this is going to hurt me and a lot of my colleagues, but I got to put the jackass of the day on Manchester United. Oh, my nose. Oh, it's when you get a cold. For me, Manchester United, I'm a big Man United fan. I mean, everybody knows, got the tattoo on the arm, but my God, I don't know what's going on. Now that we got rid of Dan Ashworth, I mean, we lost 2-3 at home to Nottingham Forest in a shit show. I mean, terrible defending for the first goal, calamitous goalkeeping for the second goal, calamitous defending for the third goal. I mean, look, it is, as Man United is at the moment the shit show that doesn't stop. It can only get better from here. I'm always trying to be positive. They have a game on Thursday in the EuroLeague. Let's see if we can keep an unbeaten run in the EuroLeague. There's the positivity, the unbeaten run in the EuroLeague. And then I got to go to my star of the day, and that has got to be the McLaren. The McLaren F1 team. Congratulations, 26 years in waiting, and you've got your Constructors Championship. I love that. Good. And let's see if you guys can go a little bit better next year and win the Constructors and maybe the Drivers' Championship. It's looking good. You've got 2 good drivers. Oh, man. What would I give for a nose that is not itching this morning? So, yeah, that's kind of my roundup of the day. There was skiing yesterday. Got a shout out to the Swiss guy, Trumper, that won the giant slalom there in Beaver Creek. There was biathlon yesterday. Norwegians dominated in the men's biathlon. In the cross-country skiing, the Norwegian men dominated. The Swedish women dominated. So there was a lot of stuff going on yesterday. And we will be back tomorrow with more updates and more insights. And you guys enjoy your morning. And as always, for those on the way to work or coming back from work or wherever you are, be safe, drive safely, don't drive too fast. You know, there's cameras are everywhere. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy. Ciao, ciao.